Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil, episode 170. This is a show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge. We show you what we're working on. We show you some of the challenges we're facing. We show you a glimpse of the future. This is the show where nothing ever goes off the rails, including me remembering what I'm supposed to say up front. This is the show where we get to interact with you live. We want to hear your comments. We want to hear your feedback. We want to hear your awesome ideas and show you everything that we're up to. This is the show mostly where we spend the next 2 hours hanging out with the wonderful folks enjoying our frosty beverages. I hadn't opened it yet.
Is that going to be the ginger one again?
Oh, yeah, that's all we got. So welcome. Woo!
All right.
Do you want to skip it?
No, let's do it.
You ready for the Dirty Mayor?
Gotta have something. Ugh.
Dirty Mayor.
Did you get anything else from them? It's
no, it was a 4-pack though, so these are done.
Okay.
Woo!
It's good.
Hey, we didn't have any tech problems yet either. Forgot to mention that.
No, outside of the Stream Deck isn't working at all today. I think we're at a weird.
Oh yeah, before we started, we already had our tech.
We've got a weird gap in the updates, so I'm having to do all the scene changes and stuff manually in OBS. Yeah, so it might be a little bit of bumps there, but I think I generally know what to do.
So buckle up.
Yeah. Should be able to fix it after this, but there's it was weird update cycles didn't line up between OBS and Stream Deck, I think. But yeah. You can also expect, if this is your first time here, which I see there's a couple people here who haven't been here before, roughly an hour into the stream, we're going to give away a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card. Everybody is eligible as long as they don't work for us. So sit tight for that. Outside of that, the big thing is we're going to be looking at some of our first pieces from the new campaign for Perilous Frontiers.
So exciting.
Yeah, that's the big thing. We have a couple bits of news to cover first, and then we'll get into that.
But if you're new, hop in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. It's like, seriously, this is why we do the show, is we really love the back and forth. We love the feedback. We love showing you stuff and having a community to be part of, right? But one of the big drivers, at least for me, for gaming is this community, right? Building a group of friends that you can tell stories with, people that you can share. Oh, look at that! I got this new game and it's awesome, or this new miniature, or this whatever, or I finally painted this thing, or man, we did this whatever. Like having that community is really something we really appreciate. All of you who are part of it.
I think the one thing that the Stream Deck can actually do, now that you bring it up, I can do the sound effects because it doesn't have to link to OBS for that. So I actually
the only thing it can do is Taco Bell sounds now.
It doesn't need to link to OBS in order to do sounds. So technically I should be able to. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So that's all good. But unfortunately I can't use it for the stuff that's actually useful. So
hey,
that's where we're at.
Giant. Where did we do it? We did Grass Banks on Packed Earth Terrain Tray.
Yes.
I don't remember where though.
Probably in a lot of places.
Yeah. It works really nicely.
We were able to do that before we even had the paths and all that.
Oh, clones and
it's
stuff.
somewhere. It's probably in the Grass Banks video, I would assume.
Maybe. Yeah. Did you try looking in the Grass Banks, the hands-on Grass Banks?
Something like that.
Dragus' party battled clones of themselves, and then both sides rolled the same initiative. Amazing.
Do you do party initiative? That's kind of interesting. I've seen some people do it that way. Oh. People can get really creative with initiative.
The card system.
Yeah.
Get rid of it altogether. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So my big thing is I feel like what you're rolling for initiative should depend on the situation. Depending on how the combat is starting, where everybody is. Like sometimes Dex makes sense for initiative. Sometimes it makes sense for it to be wisdom. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Whatever your story demands. Right?
We got some news.
Woo! We got some.
If I can find it. Hang on a second. All right, here we go.
News! Good news is my sound effects and baked-in sound effects are still working. So that worked out.
I mean, all the sound effects are working.
Oh.
Yeah, we still got all that. What's up?
What's in the news?
Oh yeah, that. Okay, so the big thing, the big ticket, we should just get out of the way first. Dungeons Reforged. The second container did get on its boat and get out to sea. We did find out that while they were packing that container, they realized they couldn't actually get everything left into it.
Cue the sound effect. You had it. Sad trombone. I mean,
However,
this is not the first time this has happened to us.
No.
Actually, most projects have
Yeah.
happened to us.
So we do need to get what's left, and we're still waiting for a tally of exactly what's left. But we need to get that into a third, probably much smaller container, and then get that on the way. The good news, though, is that should arrive just a couple weeks behind these other 2 containers, and should be not that much product comparatively, so it shouldn't be a huge deal no matter what happens with tariffs. And it shouldn't delay shipping at all because we can start fulfillment with the stuff that's already on the way.
Well, also we've got to inventory all the other stuff anyway, so it means like less. You got to inventory it linearly anyway, so like having stuff at the end of the line, it's the same as if it showed up at the same time.
Yeah. So
should be good.
It's not actually causing us any problems. It's just like it happens. Yeah.
Assuming it gets on the water, everything gets moving. I mean, the challenges with international shipping in general is each time you have a thing shipped, there's a lot of potential points of failure, from customs to storms to canals to unloading to stuff falling off boats to whatever. There's a lot of potential points things to go awry. So each time you put another container, it's more options. But so far, we've had a good luck this year.
Yeah, Mudkip,
we haven't shipped much.
Mudkip, I don't think we're going to end up having to do multi-part shipments for the most part. It's nothing like some past campaigns where we've had containers arriving like months apart.
Yeah.
It's going to be so close together that like we will ship whoever's orders we have. We'll start shipping whoever's orders we have complete as soon as possible, and then we shouldn't even come close to getting through them before the rest of the stuff gets there.
Yeah.
So it's there shouldn't be any partial shipments this time around.
Of course, this all is predicated on nothing crazy happening with tariffs. So there's still some question marks, a lot of question marks around that. So we will see. Hopefully we don't have to take any evasive maneuvers. But so far it's looking good, looking smooth. We're hoping nothing happens. November 1st, we're maybe going to hear something. We'll see.
That's the thing. Yeah, in a couple days we may hear something. It's the way this has been going, we could hear something at any time. But we don't think it's going to cause any issues currently.
We have momentum. We're moving forward. We're going to make it happen one way or another. So at least we got stuff is on the water.
Yes.
I can't wait. Man, it's going to be very exciting when people get this stuff. When you get Sinister in your hands.
We got very close to delivering 3 projects in 1 year, which is kind of nuts.
Can't imagine why it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will just
currently not putting any restocks in this year.
We will technically deliver 3 products within a year.
Yeah, within 12 months.
Yeah. Like if we talk, because we delivered Lowtown spring this year. Was it February, March? Something I can't even remember. But yeah, so we should technically, within 12 months of each other, we should have delivered 3 projects, which is kind of it was February. Yeah, so we're gonna have that kind of overlap. That's wild for us.
Skeletor for Prez is here.
Hey, how's it going? I know exactly why he's here.
I just say it's so nice seeing familiar names there, which I can attach to familiar faces. Like it really is. It's the best. We got good folks in this crowd. So hopefully we get that stuff cooking soon. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, we're still waiting on some information. We'll have the Dungeons Reforged update, end of the month update in a couple days, and that will have whatever new developments we've got at that point as well,
if any. I mean,
yeah.
Okay,
so that should be all for Dungeons Reforged. Another thing I realized we forgot to talk about.
This is the first time we've ever forgotten.
The Lowtown replacements are shipping. Some of you, if you get, I've seen some people posting today, like you're getting surprise messages from a surprise shipment from Dwarven Forge, and you don't know what it's for. If you back to Lowtown, it is the Lowtown replacements. It's roof ridges, pegs, perches, trapdoors. I think some of them are coming from the warehouse. Some of them are coming from
most of them come from here.
Yeah.
But some of them are also getting returned to sender And I don't know, it's been a circular. It hasn't been a straight line.
Yeah.
First time ever something hasn't been a straight line here at Dwarven Forge.
It was
But
since your
it's moving.
it was since your previous address. Oh yeah, if you've moved since you had your Lowtown delivered, that might happen.
Pirate ship.
Yeah. Well, so if that happens, like we'll pirate shipping looks sus at first. Pirate ship is actually just a very cheap way to do some shipping is the thing. So that's the thing is, you know, with this, like I said, like a lot of it's being sent out of the office. Like Eric and E have been hand packing a lot of these replacements and sending them out
I mean,
from
it's
here.
taking hundreds of packages to the post office every day. It's
Yeah.
wild. And then Rick Wagner is sending a bunch of the international ones, I think next week. He just finished up Spiel. Probably needs a moment to recover and I'll get those out cooking soon. So it's in the works.
Yeah, with doing replacements on the scale, it's a very big thing to handle logistically.
Yep.
And also, we have to try and get creative with how we do it to make it not as financially damaging as possible. So I think, yeah, having Rick do the internationals was a nice workaround. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
So yeah, so that's happening. If
So
you
those
get
in the works. So don't light up customer support with a bunch of emails like they're in the works.
Yeah, if you get a surprise thing from there, and if you see somebody asking about it on the Discord or anywhere else, that's probably what's happening. Is Lowtown replacements. Outside of this, we're ramping up our holiday market. That is going to be happening. I think we're planning to launch it the week before Thanksgiving, I believe, so that we can have it active during PAX Unplugged.
The Dark Gray Monday.
Yeah.
On the way up to Black Friday.
Yeah, so that's coming. Yeah.
Be exciting.
Also, we're going to be at PAX Unplugged.
How many bundles are we looking at?
We've got those two that we told you about last week. We've just confirmed a third, and we are potentially doing a fourth. The third is pretty easy to tell you about. It's basically a roundup of the special effects compatible pieces in Wildlands. So it is the Mountain SFX floor, it is the Whole Knoll, it is the Spreading Spore Claw, it is the Oracle Pool, and it is the Oblivion Nexus. The reason we're doing that is those are all in their own packs, basically. And so we figured for people who weren't there for Wildlands and people who aren't as engaged and logged in as a lot of you who watch us on Twitch, they may not know that these pieces exist or really any of that. So kind of like,
I want this. How do I get this plant to fog? What do I need? Well, you need a Whole Knoll and a fogger and the thing. Or how do I get light to go out of this Oracle Pool? Well, you need like it's a bunch of stuff you have to round up from disparate packs.
Yeah. So getting all those together, it's fun because those are also, except for the Mountain SFX floor, I guess, they're all also interesting set pieces. And so if you are just getting into Wilderness and you've got bread and butter for mountains and forests and such, this is a lot of the specialty pieces that you can grab. And then it'll also, you know, the description will be telling you like how this stuff works with the fogger, with the light puck and all that. It'll be available painted and unpainted, although I believe the Oracle Pool unpainted is out of stock currently. So when we get that back in stock, the bundle will then be available for it.
Stock has been a challenge this year. Yes. Tariffs have sort of really thrown our normal restocking schedule. It's been just all over the place. Like
we have not placed a restock order since December last year, which
let that process
hurts
for a second. That's what month are we in? October. It's about to be November.
October. It's about to be November. We
crazy.
Had a big plan for a restock every quarter, and then
tariffs.
All this stuff happened, and we've had to be really careful about it.
And it's been volatile. Like it wasn't like okay, at least new tariffs. We'll figure out a new plan. Whatever. It's Anyway. Rolling with the punches, moving along. So sorry for not everything being in stock, or that not being available unpainted.
So we thought that'd be nice because the gift card that'll come with the painted version is like $35, I think. So it basically almost pays for the fogger by itself if you still need to pick up a fogger when that gets back in stock. But then also for people who got the fogger in Dungeons Reforged or in Lowtown. If you're getting into the Wilderness stuff now, this lets you pick up all the stuff that's compatible with that, or if you already have the light puck. So yeah, we thought it was just a kind of helpful mega pack style collection to put together. Yep. And then the other thing that we're working on is another Wilderness bundle that features a lot of the forest sets that haven't been in any of the skirmish bundles yet. So it's the Titan's Tooth and the Forest Starter Set and the Fairy Glade and the Forest Skirmish Scatter. And it fills a 3x3 wargame battlefield pretty well. You can also use that for any RPG as well. Like, makes a 2x2 or 3x3 pretty full with a lot of pieces that'll block line of sight.
All those pieces are just good, like, just good pieces to put anywhere. Like, looks great. You can just put them on a battle mat too, like if you're just doing D&D. Like, it's
So
it's a great
it gives
mix.
It gives like a full, it gives a full like 2x2 or 3x3 battlefield for under 400 painted, and just a little over 200 unpainted, and particularly it's really good for games like Moonstone, which we've been picking up at the office, and it's very thematically consistent with that. So that also kind of helps give a starter bundle for Forest that is not over $1,000. So it kind of helps round that out. So now we're gonna have a Swamp bundle and a Forest bundle that kind of hit that
fun sweet spot.
Yeah, hit that sweet spot. So yeah, we're working on that currently. That one is a maybe. We need to make sure that logistically we can pull it off in time. But yeah. And then the other thing is we have some Cities Reforged news.
Oh, also we should mention we're gonna be at PAX.
Oh yeah. Also we're gonna be at PAX Unplugged. That is why we're trying to get the holiday market up by PAX Unplugged.
And that's in 3 weeks.
It's not that. Oh God, it is.
Because it's the 21st. I think it's great.
It is.
We'll be on the road 3 weeks from now.
It is the weekend of the 21st.
We were on the road Wednesday.
Just a little over 3 weeks. Oh yeah, we'll be on the road in 3 weeks.
We'll
right.
be on the road today. We'll be in Philly.
Oh wow, so we only have 2 more streams before that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
Buckle up, everybody.
We got to figure that out. Okay.
Yeah. We'll make them count.
Yeah.
So come by and visit us. We have a 10 by 20 booth, so it's twice as big as last year. And a bunch of us will be there. We'd love to see you and say hi. I know, but Hoppy always comes by.
Yes.
Gilded Poison probably coming, maybe.
It seems like she couldn't make it this year.
I think Amy said that she couldn't make it this year.
Amy also couldn't make it this year.
It's sound off. If you're coming by, we'll love to see you. Skeletor, are you coming?
Unplugged. He is. Yeah, he said recently he's actually going to make it.
The best. It's a fun one.
It's one of my favorites. It is a very good. It's a very good vibe. It's very good for actually just playing. The focus is so much on actually playing games.
Yeah. My wife and kids are coming Saturday afternoon.
Oh, nice.
It'll be fun. We're gonna do a Magic Triples event with the kids.
It's nice.
Friday night.
It's nice how close it is to us. Philly's a lot of fun, and yeah.
It's ridiculously easy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the timeline is Gilded Poison says too early to get. Like it really is like the week before Thanksgiving.
Like 2 or 3 weeks earlier than it usually is. They just had conflicts with there's another con who had already booked that space or something. Yeah. Next year.
Well, if you're there, please come by. Come say hi. We'll have some Cities Reforged stuff to show. We'll have Starforge to show. We'll have some Sinister bits to show. We'll have, a bunch of stuff. We'd love good to see you.
Mm-hmm. All right, gang. So we got a cool thing to show you before we get into the. Is it safe to go over? It's safe to go over.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go over to here. So we told you we had to update one of the tree bases for Cities Reforged. Maybe I'll raise the.
I just leave it for now because it's gonna when it gets to snow, it's gonna be dark. Should be.
I can just do it real quick. That's the wrong way.
Boom.
There you go.
Yay, tree base.
Yeah. So this makes it sturdier. I guess go ahead and just go over.
It was so we showed it last week. I think on Painted. It was the original was this big. Originally, it was going to be a trapdoor insert that would fill in the streets. Mm-hmm. There's the sewer grate in the streets. So this was going to fill that, but then we realized, hey, if you just cut the thing off the bottom, it can just go anywhere, which is even better. And now, but once you actually had like sizable trees on there with that size, it was just too tippy. So Eli extended it out with another ring, and then Aaron revisited the paint scheme now and has a little more greenery and bleeds out, and it's just awesome, better than ever before. Let's pop in even closer. Let's go. Look at that guy. Woo. So this will. Oh god. Okay, I need to trim that off. Hang on. I'm not moving. Enhance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn off the focus.
All right. So that's something to look forward to. Yeah. It's a nice option. And you can put any tree on there, right? So you're gonna be able to fill your cities full of nice trees. I mean, you can actually put it anywhere, right? It doesn't have to just go in the city.
Yeah.
It looks rustic enough. You could put it out in the
It'll look good in
woods.
somebody's yard if you're doing like the nobles
6-pack.
villa or something.
Or you could have like a druid's enclave out in the woods, and they have like one tree that they put like stones around or something. Or...
Take a pack of 6. Make that one a 6-pack as well, along with the. Is this piece that was originally supposed to take both sides of the tree? No, that was the
that's
cobblestone
other-
planter.
Yeah, that one still is working great. It's a big 2x2, and it's sort of stump size agnostic. It can take both small and large.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this guy. I think if he didn't have the stump at all, I think it'd be too thin. He's a very little guy.
Yeah, there's not enough room for the peg.
These are not available in multiples currently.
This would be a good one for the individual piece store.
Yeah, we should do that, and then probably maybe there would be an additional pack that would make sense to put it in down the line.
Our pack logic for stump topper, tree toppers and stump lumps is a 2-to-1 ratio of small to large, so that if you're buying into the system, you get a pack of toppers. Any pack of bottoms you get, any of the lumps will work. You'll always have the same ratio. So that's why it's only one in that pack.
We're not doing a poll. We already know that you guys want it. It's not. We don't need to know if you guys want it.
Do a poll for everybody to say yes.
Yeah. The problem isn't that we aren't sure if you guys want it. It is largely that this one's not as flexible as the cobblestone. The cobblestone being able to take either small or large made it easier to do something like the 6-pack with. But yeah.
Your boy.
But maybe down the line we'll make another pack. But yeah, I think individual piece store. We'll definitely try to get overage.
Yeah.
So that we can do that. That is everything I had on news. Unless there's anything you remember.
Do we have anybody? Do we miss any news out there?
Anybody have any questions about happenings at the forge that we should cover before we get into the beans? How many people who don't follow the stream would actually get it? I think once it gets in people's hands, we'll probably get more of an outcry. People who actually got the piece will be like, "Oh, I wish I had more of these." But that won't be
search it on the individual piece store, and there it is.
Yeah, that won't be until delivery though.
Also, we could do that's not the craziest. There could be some sort of roundup, like once we've delivered cities, there could be I don't know. It could be an email or something of like, hey, for some of those harder to get pieces, our individual piece store has we could tell people that there's an option that exists, because as they're opening it, go, oh, man, I wish I had these. And
can we see the sundial with that piece?
Yeah,
a good base for a centerpiece for like a sundial.
It'll be a little lifted because of the stump, but
yeah,
we dial it up, as it were.
Let's make the stump like a wooden column holding up the sundial. Assume we won't immediately buy out the overage. Well, it depends on, I don't know, depending on what the tariff situation is. Honestly, that's the reality. When we get to probably what the tariffs look like in November will heavily affect how much overage we're getting. Because if it looks like we're largely going to be shipping with a ton of tariffs, it'll make it harder to get overage. That's what's really hit us with Dungeons Reforged, right? We tried to order a lot of overage for that, and all that overage is stock that we haven't necessarily sold to people yet, and we're having to pay tariffs on it. So. But yeah, there should definitely be some overage, and we can specifically earmark that for individual piece store.
For which?
That guy.
Yeah. Well,
ideally
we can, when we're ordering, we can preemptively flag pieces that are prime pieces. We could flag.
That does look like kind of an interesting table.
Yeah. That you could totally.
I'd buy it. I'd buy it.
All right. What about dungeon coin?
Little weirder. Little weird that they would just have a compass out there.
I mean, you've seen that in some of these parks. There's a big, giant, oversized compass on the ground where it shows and then it'll say a bazillion miles to the North Pole or whatever. Right? You ever seen that? Anybody? No?
I was tuning you out. What's up?
In like a park or whatever, there's sometimes they have like an oversized compass on the ground, like engraved in a thing, and it'll have like landmarks distant to certain landmarks and stuff in the direction.
See, I'm used to that with like something.
Big
Like
giant
I felt like that with the sundial.
Speaking of the North Pole, I like that. Thanks for the. Hey, you know what? Actually, while I was there, I grabbed, because this is the kind of show we are. Look what I grabbed while I was there.
Dirt.
Too kind. Too kind.
Dirt.
I like dirt. We'll do very fast.
I don't know why we're looking at dirt. Oh, the grass banks. Got it.
Yeah. While we're here, I didn't grab any. What are the other parts of it? Floors. But you get the idea. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I'm running out of. I need a.
Do you know Final Fantasy VII? Was that before or after your time?
I didn't play. The only Final Fantasy I played was Tactics.
Wow, that's a very different. You just weren't. That just wasn't a series you were into.
It just didn't fall into my window of
Because you know
gaming.
Because you do know some PlayStation 2 stuff even.
Yep.
But I think I never really hear you talk about turn-based RPGs though.
I didn't play a lot of long. Yeah, like burning a bazillion hours on a game kind of thing. I did a couple MMOs, which like that was like burning a bunch of time again with a bunch of friends.
MMOs are really amped up. A remake of Tactics just came out for the first time in forever.
Whoa.
They like Tactics is actually like accessible again. I need to play it really badly. I'm excited. It's been so long since I played it.
It's a fun.
It's a phenomenal game.
Run.
And hard and good and all.
It's a phenomenal game that so many independent game developers have been trying to make a successor to for the last like 15 years.
Does this do what we needed to do?
Is the remake any good? I've been hearing it's great. I've been hearing it's basically just the game. I've only heard good things from my friends who were playing it.
I mean, if they just ported it over, how could it not? Right? Like, it seems like a layup. All right, let's go north.
Get to the good stuff.
And south. All right. So, Perilous Frontiers, our next big crowdfunding campaign. It's going to be our first time doing new biomes since Starforged, I think. So we had a couple of Reforged in between, where we added some stuff, but nothing. It's going to be the first brand new biomes in a while, which is exciting, right? Oh, so much new stuff to explore. So the premise of, and some of this will be a repeat for people that have heard it before, but I got to keep giving you the spiel. So we are going, this is sort of the spiritual successor to Wildlands. We're going past the wilds into the wastelands beyond, into the far north and into the heart of the wastes, right? Deserts and the Arctic, so snow and sand. The big disclaimer before we look at anything is we're not launching this thing for like 7 months, so things will change, right? Every time anybody that's seen some of the shows where we're developing stuff, like stuff will change. Sculpts could change, paint schemes could change, pieces could change, holes could be added, holes could be removed, a thing could be added to the sculpt, a whole family could get killed, a whole family could get added, a family of
sculpts, family,
like, yeah. Like this will happen often, right? Like Dungeon of Doom, our first promo images showed ruined dungeons, and then that whole family of ruins got cut, and then got added into, got pushed into Caverns Deep. So it's all malleable, right? So this is and this is all part of the show, right? It's sort of seeing it as it evolves, seeing where we're going, seeing what we're doing, seeing some of the wrong turns we take, and yeah. So the other what was the other preamble I wanted to give you? Oh, so we're gonna start with the guiding principles. So when we are is there anybody here that doesn't have any Dwarven Forge stuff? You can't see the stuff in person. we are very obsessed with detail, right? Down to the millimeter or the partial millimeter, right? We're just really into trying to make every little detail alive and putting details everywhere and all that stuff. So when you're so super focused, it's very helpful to have a big picture sort of net above to make sure you're staying on target, right? Because sometimes when you get down into the trenches of the micro focus, you sometimes can lose track of the bigger focus. So to that end, we have guiding principles that help us make sure that the project, the stuff, every aspect of the project is heading in the right direction. So you can, when you look at a piece, you can go back and say, okay, how does this adhere to the guiding principles of this set? And some of it is like, some of it's obvious, like Caverns Deep. Dangerous is kind of various iterations of Dangerous appear in most of our sets.
I mean, this campaign is called Perilous Frontiers.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So like, well, because also you're building scenes to have big adventures on. You want danger, right? Like danger is what it would leads to stakes and excitement and big emerald. So
I think Tudor Village is the first time we've kind of broken that.
There was no danger.
Yeah.
Tudor Village was supposed to be quaint. There was no like it was one of the few times they actually have not danger was not one of the bits. Another one from Caverns Deep was overhangs. So that was like a recurring theme. So if you look at the Caverns Deep pieces, you'll notice stuff like the walls, like tops of the walls, tilt back in, so they're like overhanging. Because it was also we're trying to imply claustrophobia. A lot of the pieces we have a lot of stalactites that are dropping down. A lot of stuff that's hanging down to sort of give that sense of like you're in a cave and stuff's hanging over. Like one of the guiding principles from Wildlands was no civilization, right? We are pure in the wilds and teeming, right? Everything is full of life, right? You look at those things. There's living stuff on every piece in Wildlands. There's like a little piece of moss or beetles or thing. Some of it is like the forest things have 72 different breeds of plants or whatever. Whatever Eli did, I don't know what the final number was. It was a lot, right?
It's a lot.
It's ridiculous. So that's how we use the guiding principles. So the guiding principles for Perilous Frontiers. There's only 5, so we can they're easy to memorize.
Glitter.
Because you don't want to have like 1,000. What is it? Litter?
Glitter.
Glitter?
Litter. Yeah, there's trash everywhere.
Glitter, throat slitter, and Twitter. And that's
Twitter.
It.
Yeah.
And don't be bitter.
Bitter. If you lick the pieces.
So number 1 guiding principle is harsh. So this is our variation on dangerous. The idea is we are trying to create scenes that feel incredibly harsh and inhospitable and like they're the elements themselves could potentially kill you, right? You don't need were-tigers or dragons necessarily. Just being out there could kill you. So the idea is things are wind scoured and the rocks have been beaten and battered by sand and snow blown for years, and there's very little sense of shelter or protection or whatever. Harsh, so just sort of at every turn you want it to feel harsh. And one of the reasons, like a lot of these guiding principles tend to be adjectives, and like because they're very open to interpretation as you're developing a paint scheme or a sculpt or even a piece of geometry, whatever. Like adjectives are much easier to apply because you're trying to evoke a feeling, right? We're trying to have each of these pieces create a feeling when you're playing with them, building, and telling your scenes. So harsh is number 1. Number 2 is desolate, right? So this is quite the polar, like North Polar, opposite of Wildlands, where everything was teeming with life, right? It was really busy and cluttered. Here, instead, we're trying to be desolate, where that sense of, like when you picture a desert or the endless Arctic tundra or whatever, in your mind's eye, you generally, a lot of you just picture like, right, that snow plain that goes forever, or the sands of the Sahara that just go from that, or just feels like it's going forever and there's nothing there. And obviously, with modular terrain, you can de-desolate stuff, right? You can just pop a bunch of pieces on and whatever you want. But fundamentally, we're trying to make sure the pieces tend to be very barren and plain because we were trying to make stuff feel empty and hopeless and like there's nothing to be found. So that when you do come to that thing finally after trekking through things, that it's got more meaning and excitement, or visually you're drawn to something where there is something there after you've seen a lot of barren bits. So the pieces will be a lot less busy than, say, the Wildlands pieces because they'll be desolate. Number 3. This is my favorite. Dramatic, right? We're the first time ever Dwarven Forge dramatic. Right? The idea here being a reminder that we're trying to, generally the people that are playing these pieces, you guys, are trying to make cinematic scenes, trying big, dramatic, exciting moments, like Sly Flourish's, fantastic locations. Like one of his big things is like set your scenes in really cool, fantastical locations. Don't just like be in some boring like little hill. Like make it the biggest hill you've ever seen, or the biggest whatever, the scariest or whatever. Push the envelope. So similar here, we're trying to be dramatic, right? We are trying to have bold silhouettes and so this is somewhat counter to like desolate, where things are like plain and bare. Now the moments that we break that desolation tend to be big, right? Either in color or in shape or in height or however we do it. It is good, sort of bold choices which helps make those changes are more dramatic, because when things are kind of quiet and desolate, and then you have a big change, it gets more dramatic. So we have sort of big changes, big moments, sort of pushing the cinema by having pieces that will help you do that. Number 4 is fantastical. So we're trying to remember that this is a fantasy world, right? We are building a world where there is magic, where there are dragons, where anything is possible, floating stones and weird plants and whatever. So we're trying to push the fantasy in there, because especially when you're working from a base that is plain old sand and plain old snow, like then pushing the fantastic lets you transform that into something. It's not just a quaint little Christmas village. It is now the Christmas village of the elves, and it is floating high in the sky or whatever it is. But we're making, trying to push the fantasy into a lot of the pieces, so you have some exciting bits you can use to tell fantastical stories. And lastly, mysterious. Once again, similar to when you're playing the RPG, you want things to discover, right? You want to feel like there are mysteries waiting, there are threads to be unraveled, there are things to be found. You want to look at a scene and just start having a bunch of questions. What's in there? What's behind that thing? I've never seen a plant put like that. What could have left these tracks? What could have done this? Right. You want to be having narrative, like we want the terrain to help deliver narrative hooks to your players so that they are engaged and want to know more, right? They start adding, what is this? What is this? What is this? So those are our 5 guiding principles: harsh, desolate, dramatic, fantastical, and mysterious. Any questions on that? Dinosaur footprints is clearly the 6th one, right? Gold, Jerry. Dwarven gold. Sand whirl and sand glitter, blood glitter. Okay, so so last week we were showing some of the mocks, and I'll explain once again what the design process. The hardest part of, well, maybe the hardest. One of the most time-consuming parts of the process is the actual sculpting, right? Turning a concept into a tangible thing. And to that end, we want to make sure before we start that sculpt that we've done as much development work as possible, so that we don't have to like change, like, that sculpt can also be exactly what it is. We don't have to change it, because it's much harder to change it after it's been made. Or particularly if it's a big, oh my God, it needed to be a 4x4 instead of a 2x2, it's disastrous, right? It's much easier to change that when it's in concept form than when you're in sculpt form. So one of the big steps along the way is, and sometimes there's multiple iterations of it, is mocking up the thing, right? Either making it sometimes you just sketch it, sometimes you build it in foam or cardboard, sometimes you model it digitally. I don't know what other forms we take, but like you're trying to, or sometimes we'll print, like we'll do digital geometry and then print out little prints so you can sort of test it that way. But a variety of ways. Or sometimes you make a miniature version of a miniature, which doesn't work as well for a lot of reasons. But like sometimes that just helps test some of the connection points and the like. And the purpose there is to do as much testing in analog world. Like, so what is it? How does this stuff work with the rest of our pieces, right? Like it's hard if you're, say, doing digital mocks or just sketching, like, hey, what happens if we put a building up against it? What happens if we put a castle tower up against it? What happens if we put a dungeon up against it? Where, like, it's so much easier when you have a physical version of a thing, it's much easier to kind of go through the catalog and, like, play with it with a bunch of other stuff. Because ultimately, we want to be giving you an open-ended toolbox that is going to work with as many of our other things as it can. Has, we can have a lot of fun synergies. We don't even know what all this stuff is, but if you check a bunch of different biomes and stuff is working really well, that you can make general assumptions that, wow, it's probably going to work very well with large swaths of that biome. So physical mocks are really helpful for playing with our other stuff, for playing within its own family, sort of seeing how it fits. There's also a somewhat hard to quantify, like I don't even call it table feel. Like, what does the thing feel like in actual use, right? Like in your hand at that size, is it satisfying to move it around? Like the way it builds, is it intuitive? Is it satisfying? Does it are you able to achieve what you want? Do you understand it? And sometimes the answer is no to some of the stuff, right? Like, it's like, well, that is a weird, like the suspended parapet piece, right? That bartizan piece from Castles. That thing's weird to look at and kind of hard and kind of cantankerous. But man, once you actually figure out, once you know the secret of how to use it, whatever, it lets you do some really cool, like it wins at table feel because of what it can create. That thing feels really cool at the table. The actual physicality getting there kind of sucks, but like once you're there, you're like, oh yeah, that's exactly what this castle needed, was this cool suspended curving bartizan thing. Like that's awesome. So you're not always gonna like hit everything on the list, but it's understanding all of that stuff. And if there are sort of friction points, it's key things to be like, Chris, this is we're having some weird stuff here. Is this is something we need to get ahead of in terms of messaging? Like, why don't you feel out people on Discord? Or, hey, how are we gonna communicate this? Or how is this, is there a way to turn this into a plus, whatever? We're kind of finding the places that either need more explanation, or demonstration, or us figuring out how to explain it, or whatever. The points that are maybe not as intuitive. And so all that kind of generally is happening before we sculpt. And then, of course, there's a whole other round of it when we have the real sculpt, because sometimes a thing that works in raw geometry, like you just have a cube, it works like this, but then when you actually have it sculpted, maybe it looks funny, like it breaks, the verisimilitude is off, or something. It just feels weird, or I don't know, something. So you do all that again and build as much. I mean, the goal is generally to be building as much as possible with this stuff, so we can see where the strengths lie, where it's falling short, where things we can warn you by now. So anyway, the long-winded way of saying that the reason we make all these mocks is just sort of get a sense of how the whole thing works together. Because also a lot of, like, to some degree, we are designing the plane as we're flying it, right? We are getting pieces, like, you don't necessarily know what the entire family is going to be like as you're sculpting. You have an idea, but things evolve as you're going, or you don't have a final thing, or you don't know exactly what that last thing is, but you know kind of the rest of it as you go. So there's definitely a lot of discovery process as we go along. So that was being able to explain what mocks are and why. So last week we were showing. Let's get on the cam. Did you knock the ISO back down?
I knocked it back, yeah.
Because this is all going to be white.
Yeah, I put it back to where it was.
Blow out your eyeballs. So last week we were looking at these mocks, right? These are simple ones because it's just it's banks. We kind of know what they are. But I'd love to sort of translate from mock to piece. So we have these pieces. I wish, one of the challenges, we've been having some challenges with getting some of these prototypes, and I'll show you a couple later. So we do not have as many. I was dreaming, originally, I don't know, this was back in like August or something. We were like, oh man, we definitely want to show at PAX. We want to show a little teaser of Perilous. It'll be great. We should have X, Y, and Z. Where there's gonna be no teaser of Perilous at PAX. We don't have enough to show to actually build a thing that looks cohesive.
We can just bring the mocks.
Yeah, just a bunch of foam in the corner.
Bunch of foam on the.
All right. So, what do we got? So we can see it translate from. Oh, and then, so here, maybe even before I show this, I need to show. So the one of the big challenges here. So one of the key reasons we're doing sand and snow together is very early on in the process, we realized that you could. Many of the same sculpts can be used for both sand and for snow. They have a lot of the same forms. They're built in the same way with lots of little particles. With the wind shaping a lot of little particles into a place. So theory was, well, if we can get a texture that reads for both, we should be able to do a bunch of pieces that work for both. And then we make one mold, 2 paint schemes. It's good efficiency on our end in terms of giving you offering without, because the tooling those steel molds is one of our biggest expenses. So if we can get 2 options out of it, it's really it's great for us.
It means we can keep both the sand and the snow things cheaper.
Yeah.
If we don't have to pay specific mold for each of them. Yeah.
So early on, so Eli started exploring sculpts for texture, right? So the first challenge was like, hey, can we get a texture that's going to work for both? And I didn't round up. I got to find photos of, he did, I don't know, somewhere between 12 and 20 different sculpts in clay, 2x2s of texture. Like, what is this going to work? Is this going to work? And there was a lot of discovery of like, what's too busy versus not, it needs to be interesting, but it needs to not be too busy, and it needs to read as snow and as sand, and it needs to be realistic, but not too realistic, because then too realistic looks fake, and it need, like, there were so many different things. He was going down a lot of different avenues. And then once we had like, we had a sheet he did of like four different textures that all felt like they could be good. Then Aaron and Hamster did tests. So Aaron is doing the sand paint scheme, the desert paint scheme. Hamster is doing the Arctic paint scheme, right? So we have they're working concurrently, so they each kind of have their domain to develop while bouncing ideas back and forth and seeing what they're doing and sort of having some coordination. Because also we want to cast everything in the same casting color, because changing casting color is a huge time sink and a huge expense, and it's like it makes restocks harder, whatever. So the goal is also, as they're exploring each of these paint schemes, you had to discover, like, you had to see if this paint scheme works, but it requires a different base color than this. Like, is it worth it? Because then you have to do an extra base coat on this one. So there's also a juggle with the two of them of like, where's the right color to start at that we can both achieve these results, which are often going in opposite directions. So I didn't round up all of those, all that exploration. I don't know where all that stuff is necessary, but I do have a couple. So I figure I should show that before I show, because I've painted banks I was going to show. So these were, I don't know if these are going to read on.
I'll get in close and see.
Yeah, these are probably because they're all so white. So these were like 2 different textures.
Ramp it up and see.
Yeah, you can sort of see the difference, right? So this had higher ridges. This was softer, and I don't even think that was the final. This was the final texture one. So then we started. Hamster started paint tests. So I'm gonna go back up a bit. Yeah. So these were 2 earlier paint tests. Like this one is too bright. Starting with a brighter cyan. This one was starting with a darker base, but a very white. This is like a warmer white. This was a cooler white. Then this is where we ended up. Which is the best example of the big one? So this is the. that was a final texture and final paint scheme. Can you knock it up one more notch?
Up lighter?
Yeah. Just a little better. It's still not true to the. It feels darker. Yeah, it feels good. It's pretty close to. Yeah.
It's gonna be the challenge with.
I know these are well, especially the two things are so wildly different. Like these bright whites, you can blow everything out. So what we're working with here is it's a base. I don't. He'd have to talk to it, but it's like a base coat of a kind of a dark teal, and then I don't know how many different dry brushes he has at the top, but it's not a white. Like you can see, this is like a whiter white. This is a more off white. Harder to see on camera than it is in real life. Anyway, this is where we are currently with the ice paint scheme, and I don't have the desert paint scheme here because Erin has that at home and she's been pushing around. We've been trying a lot of different examples. Anyway, so going back to what we're doing here is we're looking at banks. So this is an example of going from mock to sculpt. So that is a sculpt. Boom, boom, boom. We'll look through all of these and oh, good question. I have the ice caverns out here. So this is Gray Raven's bringing up a really great question, which was how do these compare to the ice caverns pieces? And I'll pull them up and show them. And that was one that early on we decided to not try and match this to the ice caverns because it's all going to be very different textures. It's different everything, right? It's outdoor, so it's the textures, the shapes, the colors. It's all be different. It is in the same family, right? So we put them up side by side, so it's like, well, it's not like a total complete departure. Like you're going to be able to build with them, but generally there's going to be separation between these and ice caverns, and we wanted to make sure this biome was going to be able to stand on its own. So that was part of the drivers. Like make sure this thing stands alone on is great, and then also has some nice synergy with that.
Because it's also like ice caverns, is like frosted rock, whereas this is snow.
Well,
so
it's starting off of sculpted stone.
Yeah.
And this is starting as sculpted sand or snow.
Yeah.
Oh look, Hamster is here. He can tell you more about it. His brilliant journey. So it's going from mock to sculpt. We got, and what's wild is like the amount of we iterate a lot, right? Because there's no right or wrong answer. We try a lot of options. I mean, I don't know, Hamster, you've probably tried 10 or 20 paint schemes at this point or something. With it's been sort of all over the place. Because we're just sort of looking for stuff that hits those guiding principles and looks good. Like it needs to look good as a big thing. Like if you just have lots of snow, if it doesn't need to be too busy, it needs to be too bright. It's like, I don't know, it is a heck of a thing. And once again, no exact right or wrong answer. So one interesting thing, so like as Eli was sculpting these, he was the general geometry of the swells and stuff wasn't as important as like there was no, these were just sort of, I just did these mocks to taste kind of just roughly to approximate it. But as he was doing these, like as long as it hit the right geometry here and here, it didn't really matter as long as these were asymmetrical. And it was more for him of finding the flow of how do these little banks and dunes, how do they flow? And so that was sort of more of the driver. Sometimes you get a mock and it's like, it's very, like it has to specifically, because this has to match up with an escarpment and the thing, it has to have this very precise footprint. In this case, it was just follow the art, which is kind of fun. And you can sort of see, it's a little easier to see in person, but the squares are generally delineated with little height changes. So there's like a little lump here, and there's a little lump here, and a little lump here. So like this creates these fruit flies. They're
I saw them going by on the camera.
All right, so there's like you can see there's basically a ridge here, ridge here, ridge here, and those are giving you your little squares. and there's like on this one, there's one ridge in the middle, which is helping you. If you kind of know the little corner hatch in the middle, right? The little, what is it? The crosshair,
Mm-hmm.
right in the middle. Then you can get there. And also, this is a 2x2, so if you can't figure out where the squares are in here, you're in trouble.
The only thing easier to figure out is a 1x1.
Yeah, if you can find that one, you're really, 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 really in trouble. And one of the choices we made was to not sacrifice the texture for the squares, like so. In that it was, Eli did a bunch of early tests that were like the squares were super delineated, and it just didn't look good, especially in large patches. Like with forest, you can really get away with it because you have so many disparate textures. But the key was we didn't want to clutter these up with rocks and stuff like it. Once again, with our desolate guiding principle, the idea is it's supposed to just be clean snow. So it was trying to subtly do the squares without introducing a whole bunch of different elements. Also, when it comes to costs on these, because we kept them very clean and simple, there's no details tough to pick out. It's going to help keep the costs on these lower than something like Wildlands, which was 30 steps or something absurd. Right?
Wildlands like some of the most complicated casting and painting. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other theory is you can add plenty of clutter with bits, right? We've got lots of little scatter bits you can add. If you need some detail and clutter, you can add those. It's hard to take them away. Like you can't make Wildlands floors not be busy, right? Those are sculpted in. And once again, that's part of their guiding principle. We've got a little concave. Boom, to boom. Look at this, like the subtlety on the striations. Like he really, Eli also lives in Vermont, the land of the eternal snow. I mean, I guess Canada is the land of the double eternal snow, but he's shoveled his. I mean, he's basically in Canada at that point, so he's shoveled his share of snow. So he definitely is no stranger to this stuff. We have this guy.
Will the banks have pole accessory holes like grass?
There might be a couple. This is something Tyler was just asking the other day. There might be a couple. The difference being, in grass, it felt like there were a lot of reasons to. There were a lot of things you'd put, like just in that campaign alone, you could put a sign, a flower, or a little tree on there. This has a lot less pole accessories that are friendly to the edges of banks, so they'll probably have fewer. But I think there will be a couple because we'll explain when we get to desert. But there's something, if you're doing banks into water, that's a place that plants would probably grow. So there's probably you want to have at least one spot or something. But we're probably once again we don't want to punch holes if we don't need them. But obviously, if it's going to give you better added functionality, we want to punch them in there. So we will see. But right now, my thinking is there'll probably be maybe on these couple of these 4x4s there might be a pole accessory hole, but we're not going to put them in the little guys. I don't think. We don't have the 6x6x. Eli sculpted it and we scanned it. He sent it back to him. I don't know why we don't have a print of this guy yet, but so we're missing that guy. But we do have. What's fun? I can't remember why we didn't do the cutout, but we ended up not doing the cutout in the back of the. Oh, you know what it was? We wanted to make the curve feel more diagonally, because it in terms of the overall geometry of trying to make these flows, it felt because stuff is wind blasted, formed by wind. Wind tends to go in a straight line. So these hard 90-degree curves feel less realistic in these kind of sand and snowbanks. So the goal was to make this more diagonal, which is much less conducive to if you cut out a 2x2 in there, like there's not enough room, right? We have no material left. So we decided to make it lean more diagonal and not have the cutout. Boom, boom.
If you want a chance, we're gonna go ahead and start the giveaway here for a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card. If you want a chance to enter, all you got to do is type "slippery slope," all one word,
Slippery
in
slope.
chat.
Amazing.
Yeah, slippery slope, all one word, and then we'll roll that in a couple minutes.
And the Amy question was, what about if you want to wrap around buildings? The theory was because we're using our base as a 2-inch, it's very easy to wrap around with the existing pieces, and also you could just go build on the snow if you really want to use this thing, or have it go off. And so Chris's idea was, hey, we could just do some building tonight.
Show some compatibility because
Yeah,
we don't have a
so
ton of prototypes we can
We don't
show.
have tons of stuff
but-
there, so I thought that was a great idea. So I have some buildings standing by, so we can do just that. We'll see it. We'll wrap it around some buildings. Someone was also asking about biscuit holes. I think the current plan is not to have biscuit holes in these because I don't think they need them for any of their core functionality. But we will explore. See if there's something comes up that we need them all the time. But I doubt it. Right? We generally don't want to put it in there unless it's part of the core functionality. Is that all of those are all the banks. All right, so let's do a little fun with the banks. Look at these guys out.
Probably buildings and Starforge make the most sense.
Oh, I didn't get any Starforge, but
I can grab some.
that would be amazing. We put some up against it. What was the other day? Like I don't remember what Aaron was doing. Something we put some up against it. It just looks so good. Like Starforge is going to be an absolute all-star with this. Oh, also maybe we should first show some ice cavern stuff. I knew ice caverns were going to come up, so I grabbed that early. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to build let's do a little cave. Where is my brain? Ugh. Oh, thank you much. Thank you much. And you know what I'm going to do? Actually, let's put it on a terrain tray. Let's go a little wider. All right, we're going to throw this guy down. This guy down. Let's do this. All right, so we're just going to do a quick how do these things play together? See what we get. That's enough space over there. Get it over there. I'm missing a minute.
I went to go grab the ice Stairway to Violence because I thought that'd be fun. I realized
The
bottom doesn't exist.
Not yet. Not till tariffs go down.
Yep, it was something we really want to do. We was hoping to
So
do it this
sad.
year, and then we have not been able to move forward on that stuff.
Do I only have one left? Okay, fine.
Any plans for monster minis? Like, I think that's a larger snowbank, but actually a sleeping Remoraz.
Not currently, but keep pitching ideas.
Mm-hmm.
It's historically our minis have not sold so well, and then molds tend to be a little expensive because they tend to be complicated.
Complaining about the color balance. Let me see if I can find something more accurate.
Does it have a?
Wampa. Where's the auto? Where's the auto?
AWB. Balance it.
So let's see.
Yeah, that feels more accurate to life. Yeah.
Okay. Is that not too yellow? I don't know. That's probably fine.
It's pretty close to real life.
We have kind of warm lights going right now.
Yes, they're all tungsten.
Yeah. That's the tough thing. It's lights and sensors and I don't know.
have any more floors? Mm-hmm. Do a little thing. I should have got more plain. Oh, we got one plain floor here. So we could do like a little. Someone wants to see a snow mound in there. It's like a mound inside. Boom, boom. So there's a darker. The ice caverns have like a darker base, right? There's a black in there, or a dungeon gray or whatever that. Because starting off dungeon gray, versus these ice banks are much lighter and whiter, like pure snow versus rock that has snow on it.
Yeah,
So
that's the thing.
It
Is
all
like
works really nicely together.
Can you see snowbanks on top of escarpments the way grass banks are sometimes used?
I did not grab escarpments, but we can get there. It's a good.
Oh god.
Yeah, we got a slew of things we can. Oh man, if I break any of these, we have a dearth of prototypes here. All right, so that was a start to give you a little sense of Snow Cave. I've got buildings here. Or should I do buildings next, or buildings or Starforged next? And let's put it on the edge of a water.
Okay.
Nobody weighed in. Let's do buildings then. I got it. All right, show a little thing. Looking great together. Buildings, snow cliff. Very pleased with compatibility.
Do Hellscape next.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, the dream, we're always trying to make a world that will play together well, all sort of disparate parts. Don't always succeed, but we're trying hard. Here's a little door. We make a little cabin out in the, this for ice fishing in honor of Hamster. Do a little ice fishing cavern.
Let's see.
All right, so here's where we start here.
No beans about Perilous Frontiers version of the Oblivion Nexus or Titan's Tooth. It's not quite time to.
We're right now. We're the guiding principle for tonight's show is show the things we have prototypes for.
Yeah, gonna go ahead and roll the giveaway in like 30 seconds. If you haven't typed Slippery Slope yet, go ahead and get it in there. We're gonna roll very soon.
Okay, got a little thing there.
Letitia, I need to play Expedition 33 so badly.
What's Expedition 33?
An RPG that came out this year that everybody is super into, and it looks phenomenal. It looks exactly like my kind of thing. But seems like it'd be very difficult to play on the Steam Deck, and so I need to be able to like really sit at the computer for a while. Maybe I'll do that after we're finally playing through Baldur's Gate 3. So I've been streaming that with my partner, and that's been really fun. But, that's going to be like a 100-hour game. And Expedition 33 is also going to be like a 100-hour game. So
that's a lot of hours.
Yeah. Likely to get an item that uses the foggers. My players love when that piece is used.
Yeah, we'll have to see what we come up with. It is a... fogger is definitely a popular... All right, so we got a little ice fishing house here. You know what we're going to do for fun? Let's go up one more.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and roll
the giveaway.
Roll this giveaway. Jirac won.
Congrats.
I think you've won before, so I'll go ahead and whisper you. And Let's see if we can get that set.
We love when people win stuff.
You haven't won before, I don't think. Oh, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna whisper you real quick.
All right, we're gonna put a little thing here. You know, if I was really prepared, I would have pre-built a bunch of stuff, but you know, who's got time for that?
CE is a lot less than 100 hours.
Anybody that anybody that wants to pre-build stuff is realizing you're delaying Perilous Frontiers.
Oh, Expedition was only around 33 hours. Oh, that's not bad at all. I wish it was better. It's just I know it's going to eat up the battery on the Steam Deck. So yeah. Only about 40 hours is really. I should do that this year. Maybe that's what I'll do over the holidays.
Get some goals.
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of indie games this year, which is nice. A lot of like 5 to 10 hour games that I've had on my playlist for a long time.
It feels like a manageable amount of time.
Yeah, the problem with just being really into RPGs is they tend to just be super long.
Well, I mean, that's the experience, right? That's what
Yes.
people are there for.
It just makes it super hard to keep up with. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like there's Metaphor ReFantazio. I know that is like a 100-hour game. Really want to play that, but it's just the time. You know, that was last year and it's still haven't gotten around to it. So, I don't know. Then you got things like Small Saga and Starstruck and a lot of these games that are a lot shorter. So it's been fun to just kind of like rapidly get through those. Yeah, this looks really nice. Lowtown plays really well with snow.
So now,
yeah,
we're gonna get spicy with some mocks. So I think we showed these last week. We have something in the works here with these sorts of bits. So we have some snowdrifts that Eli has already sculpted. Of a couple of different sizes, whatever. So you could then, if you wanted to further, snow this up, you could throw some drifts up against your house, and then we'll have some biscuit icicles. Is that going to collide? I only have one of the mocks, so I gotta use it sparingly. Oh no, am I gonna ruin it? Hang on. Ah, this is it's just the back of a half biscuit glued to a piece of foam haphazardly. Ooh. That's good enough. Nope, not good enough. Okay, hang on. Now I gotta make it work for real. You know, I'm gonna rip it when trying to take it out. I'm gonna rip it off the foam. That'll be great. All right, that's good enough. Set you. Boom, boom, boom. Kind of little thing. We got the big.
a corner snowdrift would help a lot. One that like fits exactly in a corner.
Snowdrift would be neat.
Yeah.
We did not have not done a corner snowdrift. Only in that the goal, like there aren't many right angles right now in Perilous Frontiers in terms of things that would wrap around. Right, there's a lot of organic shape.
It's great for compatibility with other stuff. But...
Yeah, it's exactly for that.
Oh, yeah, Hamster. I also played Disco Elysium entirely on the deck. That was great. Citizen Sleeper I still need to play. That's also on my list.
The current plan actually is to gently hollow out the backs of them, so that they can so that you can put them up against like escarpments and the like. Someone's asking, will these just be created so you can use them in a different orientation? Oh, like vertically? No, they're very directionally sculpted. Like there's a ridge line and whatnot. Like they're sculpted to look like things. So I mean, obviously you can still probably do it, and it probably won't be too bad for most people. But yeah, they're definitely designed to get the maximum, like look great with the main orientation. So that seems promising, right? We can do like a fun little. Oh, you know what? I also wanted to see what would be neat. Hang on. While we're in Lowtown, while we're out ice fishing with Hamster.
Has Hamster done ice fishing?
I'm sure, right? Like, if he loves fishing, and isn't there like a ton of ice in Minnesota? Like a ton of snow? Isn't it cold?
Yeah, but I don't know that you go ice fishing there though.
I bet you $1 he's gone ice fishing.
I don't think I hear about ice fishing in Minnesota as much as like in Alaska. Yeah, Stray is another one of those, like, that's like a
Stray?
4-hour game. Yeah, you play as a stray cat
Oh, that's amazing.
in like a post-apocalypse sci-fi world.
Oh, I love
It's
that.
interesting. It was cute.
I mean, just getting to play as a cat, like, I'm in.
That was the main selling point, and they really leaned into it.
Do you get to knock glasses off counters
Yeah.
and stuff?
Yeah,
Yes.
there's whole things where what you have to do is knock it down. It
Oh,
you know
yeah.
it I didn't wind up being super impressed with it, but it was a cute fun time. And they got down the feeling like a cat part, and
Perfect.
That's the big thing.
That's why I'm here. Yeah. Or there, or wherever.
There's definitely ice fishing in Minnesota. Okay, Hamster has been ice fishing many times.
Yeah.
That's when it was 50 degrees that day, and I was in a t-shirt. How are you ice fishing at 50 degrees? That's not all
This
right.
is why hamsters awesome.
Oh yeah, cats love Stray.
To watch it.
I have Little Kitty Big City installed on my Steam Deck.
Little
too.
Kitty Big City.
Yeah, it looks like it's just very silly. It seems like it has. I played another game with similar vibes. I played Little Gator Game a couple weeks ago. 100% of that thing in like 3 hours. Very short game, but
Little Gator.
Little Gator Game. So it's trying to feel like a Nintendo 64 collectathon style game. It's cute. A collectathon. Banjo-Kazooie was a collectathon.
Wasn't that the
Mario
I was thinking
64.
Of Crash Bandicoot? What was Banjo-Kazooie?
Banjo-Kazooie was the bear with a bird and a backpack.
Didn't they look like Crash Bandicoot?
I think a lot of characters kind of looked like Crash Bandicoot in that
Yeah.
era. That's just kind of what people did
Yeah.
at that time. Similar era. Man, everybody's played Little Kitty Big City. Wild.
So now we're making a little ice fishing enclave here. This is get back down.
Will there be trifecta ledges to let you build floors in line with escarpments?
Not currently. It's something we talked about. The challenge is the escarpments are very not desert or Arctic-y, right? In that they all have greenery on them. So it felt potentially funny to stick stick snow against a thing that has bright green on it, right? Like there's green on all this stuff. It's something we've kicked around, so we'll see how everything evolves. But
Da, 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 da,
I don't know why I'm putting a bridge and a dock, but just because the bridge looks neat over the snow.
Yeah, Hamster, I remember the video where you were sunburned. I didn't realize it was from ice fishing.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah.
That where it's like it's kicking the sand.
It was the sun reflecting off the
up
snow.
at you as like
Yeah.
ooh. Well, this is fun, right? But the scaffolding and docks and Blowtown with the snow feels very promising.
This came together
This is
super
Hamster's
well.
ice fishing hut. Totally.
It's a bundle.
And it comes with like aloe to rub on your sunburn.
Mm-hmm.
Did this have every? Oh, and you could do something fun like, that kind of a thing. Whatever, right? If I had more of these, actually, I think I have another. This one's not as nice. That's a real. I like that for a mock. That's gonna be too tall. I wonder if this say. I don't know how long we're gonna make it ultimately, but if we had a empty biscuit slot, we could hang icicles off the side. No, it's gonna be too big. I want more icicles. Could do it off here. I think these are gonna end up wanting to be wider. The icicles hanging off your thing.
Hmm.
Yeah. Fun little patches of snow and icicles go a long way. Oh, and the fun gag with this this little piggy is the back is it's symmetrical so that you'll be able to put two of them. This mock isn't exactly perfect, but you'll be able to put two of them together to make like a little freestanding snowdrift. Put some snow in your thing. Yeah. All right, so let's do some Starforge in here. What do you think?
Yes. Might need to grab some more pieces. I didn't realize we were going
People
this.
asking
this full
for
out with it.
glitter. Okay, well,
Yeah.
we'll have to fast track that glitter. I know everybody wants. We've had such good responses to glitter.
It's an icicle biscuit piece. Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna have biscuit icicles, so you can have it hanging off of the. We're gonna have bicycles.
It's a little mock for, right? So it'll be a little biscuit filler. So you can pop bicycles anywhere, right? By the dozens. Hang them off your roof line. Do something neat with them. Ice. It's Arctic ivy. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go. We finished ice fishing, and now we're gonna go back. We're going to Hoth, I guess, right? So these guys.
Something like that.
Going to ice trays. New Hampshire saw a bear. Bicycles is now canon. Boom. All right, we got. All right, let's put some. What are we gonna do here? We're gonna do a little bunker.
You have to actually put together my Shatterpoint minis before this Kickstarter comes in.
Yeah.
Yes. They're pretty easy to build compared to, except for the droids. The droids are the only pieces. The droids are the only minis that I had like some trouble putting together.
Have they been? Have they still been churning out more minis in that line? Like I know there was like a deluge.
I checked in a while ago, and realized that there was like a full wave that I just had missed. So they did. I think they took a break for a while, and then there's a whole way. Yeah, when I look at the site now, there's so many that we don't have here now. They did another dual pack that has another version of Darth Vader in it, which is very funny.
Is that third version of Darth Vader?
Well, the
second.
first version was
Wasn't there
the duel between him and Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
And then they have one that's a duel between him and Ahsoka. So it's just like, what?
When did he battle Ahsoka?
Probably one of the newer, probably in Rebels or something.
That tracks. Ah!
Rebels or Clone Wars. I have not kept up with the newer media. It was in Rebels? Okay. I want to get back in Legion with 2.0 and the updates. Not that I ever really got through my original stuff. We've got some Legion at the office too. There's so many games that would be nice to play if it just felt like there was time where playing games felt well spent. But when games are your work, it's hard to then do games for fun, I think. Yeah, so they're up to
all right.
Pack 60? God, they've got 3 pitches of this. Yeah, there's definitely there's a number of packs here that I just don't have. Oh well.
I mean that's the
That's
model
the
is you make a base game and then just keep giving them new options, right? New cool mini combos to buy.
We have so many. We have so many models already. We have more. I mean, you get 8 models in one game basically, and we've got I think around 30. So we're more than
Yeah, that's
fine.
a lot of combos. Mambo
But the
combos.
synergies that you unlock when you get new characters. Come join the Warhammer at B Strat. That's
What
that's
about
that's
Warhammer
the that's the weekend though, right? That's
Oh.
like Saturday. That's just telling
Yeah.
me to come play games on the weekends.
It is. It's a really fun scene.
Just the
Like,
idea of moving all my rats from here to there though.
but that's it
Seems like a lot.
That's the yeah.
I would need to finish painting some of the guys that I don't have painted first. I don't want to show up with a
Yeah.
bunch of gray clan rats.
I
And
mean, nobody cares.
yes, they do.
No.
I'll get laughed out of town.
I mean,
If I show up
with
with
you anyway, but you might.
Lord
not 'cause you're-
Lord Screech Vermin King has been primed and not painted
That's
for like a
shame.
year and a half.
That's a crime against all Skaven kind.
He's such a big rat.
Yeah,
He's so big.
it's good.
I just don't want to. It just takes so long to paint him. He's so big.
It is a really fun scene, and nobody cares if your stuff's painted or
They're
not.
gonna
So
laugh
everybody
at
just wants
me.
to jam games, and
They're gonna laugh at me.
it's really fun. Can't say enough good things.
Slap chop that rat. I've been slap chopping all of them. It still takes a long time. Do you know how many rats there are in that army? Do you know how many
It's
rats they want you to
absurd.
buy?
It is a
It's-
horde.
I have 80 clan rats. I have 80 clan rats. And I should have 120.
Yeah.
If I wanted to be competitive, I should have 120. I should have 3 reinforced units of clan rats if I really want to be competitive. That's messed up. It's really bad.
Although now the Storm Fiends and Rat Ogres are the hype now. So
They're
you
the
gotta
bread and butter
build
now?
You know, like blocks the 6.
So I need to
you
get
gotta-
another thing because I
Oh,
have
yeah,
3.
yeah.
I have
No,
3
yeah.
storm fiends and 3 rat
No,
ogres.
3's nothing. You gotta go at least 6 on each.
Yeah, because I should reinforce everything. There's no reason
Yeah.
not to reinforce.
Yeah.
So like I have 3. So I need to double that. And I need to repaint my current rat ogres because they were painted in a rush for Gen Con 2 years ago.
Amazing. These are the trials and tribulations of wargame.
It's just so
best.
much. There's just so much to do. Post up at a playground, give the kids a brush and some paint, free labor. I can't have kids paint it. I can't do that. I have a full painted Blood Bowl team that's a unit of clan rats.
That's amazing.
Man, yeah. I slap chop. Basically, the only painting I do at the office is slap chopping different war bands for different games. I love it on metal minis. Here's the thing: I would much rather slap chop metal minis than anything else.
Why do you
'Cause,
like
like-
it on metal?
Because I hate trying to paint details on metal. The way that the brushes catch on it and everything.
Yeah.
Like slap
Well-
chop lets me be just like faster and quick with it.
I mean,
And-
when,
and
when
I
they're
find-
primed, it shouldn't
And I find that
feel
the
different. No.
the deepness of the cuts on the metal, for whatever reason, I find that it takes slap chop and speed paints. I just find like the metal takes extremely well. I don't know why, but like doing like the Burrows and Badgers minis,
Yeah.
doing my clan rats that are metal, not clan rats, but doing my Skaven that are metal.
I think the Burrows and Badgers are sculpted analog. And
It wouldn't surprise me.
I wonder if it's something about analog sculpts and then analog cast, right? It's a tiny team, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's
Oathsworn is
I
a
think
very
they're-
small
I think
operation.
they're right. It's spin cast versus like I wonder if there's something about the the sculpting and casting process on those versus like large factory produced sprues of Warhammer stuff. I wonder
Mhm.
if it's like wonder if there's a thing there. Should do a hard hitting
Maybe.
expose.
It'd be fun to work with Oathsworn on something.
Yeah.
They're very small operation. But I love their sculpts. I do have an airbrush, but it's such a pain to set up and use that way. I don't have a good spot to use it. It's the main thing. Analog sculpts is hand sculpted versus digitally. That's what he's talking about. I have a paint a rat at PAX. I need to do it or I'm gonna feel awful.
Yeah, these are facts.
think it's the hand sculpting where you need to exaggerate the recesses and separations of factor in the metal versus GW plastic makes sense. I'm still. I mean, look, I have to slap chop the clan rats. I'm debating if I want to slap chop Screech or if I want to like try and do something more detailed on him. Maybe what I'll do is just slap chop to get it done and then go in and do the details like over the slap chop. I don't know. He's so big. He's such a big model. I did airbrush a Froghemoth. It's the one model that I think was majority airbrushed. I think it's the only one that where I didn't just use the airbrush for priming, but I actually did most of the painting with an airbrush.
You know, you can...
And I'm really happy with how it came out. But
you can also, like, one of the things I do is I will generally speed paint my base, like my base layer tends to always be speed paint, and then I just go in and hand paint as many details.
I was just talking about doing that
there,
with,
right? Like,
I was talking about doing that with Screech.
Yeah. Like, just get coverage down, and then you can, you know, as much time as you need to, like, punch up bits you can, but, like, just get the whole thing down, and then you can agonize over the other bits. But, like, just getting the whole thing covered feels like such a good victory.
It's certainly something.
At least for me,
it is certainly something.
As I'm approaching 4,500 points at elves, I'm getting there.
I realized I think I have over 3,000 points unpainted and just assembled of Skaven. And then I almost have a 2K army painted. I think I technically have 2K points, but in order to like have a viable list, I need to paint some of the things that aren't painted.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then there's a bunch of units where it's like there's so many different Skaven. Like apparently I need to at least double the Storm Fiends and
yeah.
Is it Storm Fiends or Storm Vermin?
Both. There's Storm Fiends and there's Storm Vermin. Storm Vermin are the unit of 10.
Yes, but I'm asking.
Storm Fiends are popular. They were. So I think right.
I'm asking.
They're the big guys.
I'm asking if because Storm Vermin, as long as I've been playing, have been.
Yeah.
Usually they're like, don't use them. Use Clan Rats instead because there's twice as many. Are people using Storm Vermin now, or are they still?
Storm Fiends, not Storm Vermin.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sucks because I've got 20 Storm Vermin ready. I guess I could just use them.
If you wait long enough, everything. Yeah, just
eventually they'll come.
Yeah.
I know, like the.
Again, nobody cares. Like they just want to play games and have fun.
Is it the Doom Flayers?
Yeah.
The Doom Flayers last edition. Everybody was like, "These are trash. Just don't use them." And now I saw everybody saying like they were phenomenal now.
Grab objectives.
Which I don't have any of them, but they got new sculpts, so that's exciting. A few hundred tiny rats for the Mantic epic scale game, all masked, half painted around the house. I've been trying to
Kings
stop
of War game.
I've been trying to stop buying into war games. To just try and finish ones I have. I have one little warband of Burrows and Badgers left here, and I've started painting them. All their bases are done, and it's just like 6 models. If I finish those, all my Burrows and Badgers are done, and we've got 3 playable warbands of it.
So you're chipping away at your list, man. You're like...
Yeah. The main thing is, I haven't been able to paint at home as much. I've been able to start painting at home again, but the kitten is extremely curious about it.
Oh, yeah.
And when I jumped on Hobby Hang a couple weeks ago, she, like, knocked it off the paint handle.
I love it.
She's very curious about them and attacks the minis.
That's so tracked.
Yeah. Oh, I'm calling her a kitten. She's over a year old at this point.
Yeah, she's still
a kitten.
Forever a kitten. Yeah.
So much Relic Blade that's unpainted. Yeah, we got to do more Relic Blade. That's how they sell minis. Make what was bad good and then reverse it. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I'm well aware. That said, it still works. Yeah. I feel like I still need a viable unit of every.
Yeah. Well, part of the fun, like Hamster sort of explained it to me earlier. It's like you're building a toolbox, right? You're making the thing so that depending on what shifts, like you have options to build or rebuild your list, like depending on what you want to try. Or
I need to get those Globadiers. I need to get Doom Flayers.
You know what's really good right now too is the Soggy Bell, the Screaming Bell with the
with the Grey Seer on top of it.
they did
It's
a
a
rules release that has like there's new digital rules for every army.
it's a
and
cool sculpt.
It's apparently it has really good has a whole bunch of cool buffs for your army.
The
Alright,
main
so
thing is
look
I'm
at
looking at him and I'm like, I'm already having such a hard time with Screech. Like if I got another large unit, him and then like the Abomination Pit or whatever it's called, the one that's just like a huge rat that's like
the
Oogie Boogie.
what is it? The abomination not pit.
I think it's called the Abomination Pit. Is it Hell Pit?
Hell pit abomination.
Hell Pit Abomination. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, that guy. I didn't get him just because I'm like, he's so gross. But
Yeah, by design, but yeah, that's the problem.
my favorite thing is when we got the
Yeah.
starter box for the new edition, and I painted up like all the new machines they had, and everybody's like, yeah, the rattling gun or the rattling vehicle. I can't remember what it's called. The rattling something. Warp blaster. They're like, yeah, that's trash. Don't use it.
Yeah.
And all the other cool things. The only thing that was at launch, all they were saying is like, you should just have as many warp lock Jezzails as you can.
Yes. They were absolutely broken.
Yeah.
So this is fun, right?
Yeah.
I like that it's interesting.
It's a little snowed
the
in.
door in line with the snowbank makes it feel like it's they're snowed in. Putting the little drifts up there helps kind of sell it.
And you could flip it over and have it on top of a floor and then just have a second layer on top as well if you didn't want it to be sunk in.
Yes. 100%. That would require pre-planning.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice. The colors, it really pops. Looks good against this stuff.
Feels like you need a 4.5k army to make a 1.8k list.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're playing. Like if you're playing like Miles's army, Caradon Overlords, they don't have that many different units. So
yeah,
there's
but
not
you
as
need
much.
to have a bunch of them.
The issue is Skaven has so many
it goes forever.
different options.
It goes forever.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of the most popular. Like it's been around forever, and it's such a like everybody loves. Like they're cool. It's just a fun horde of.
They're really
rats.
fun.
There's so much storytelling on those like some of the sculpts. There's little rats doing stuff and the thing. Like it's it's a very.
But then I see Hamster.
That army tickles the brain.
But then I see Hamster putting together a list for the Stormcast, and it's like a third of the amount of units I need to have to make 2K, and I'm like, I'm so jealous.
Except that book is even twice as deep as yours.
Yeah, but at least like none of it. At least it's not like, yeah, you need 60 of these, you know?
Well, he does though.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
What are we doing? Oh, we're gonna do escarpments next.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a little taste of this. We got a little.
We got 20 minutes.
Okay, let's pop on escarpments, and then I want to show a little bit of Doonery, and maybe I got a couple little tiny accessories we'll take a look at. And so we got some beans, Mr. Baggins. Baggins. All right. But goes here. Okay. So let's see. I have not tried this yet, so we're gonna go do it live. Let's see what happens. And of course, you don't have the long straight, which would be really helpful here.
So I made a Deathwing army. It's like 27 models for a tournament list. Yeah, I'm really jealous of the stuff like Fire Slayers. They barely have any units. You see stuff like that, it's like I envy how simple it is.
Well, but they also all look the same. They're not like there's no fun. Like the fun with Skaven is you can do any like you have the world's your oyster.
I feel like I'm buried in rats.
Yeah, but that's also the goal. Is like a horde of rats, disposable rats, and you're rolling some crazy, pulling the jackpot, right? Just pulling the one-armed bandit to see if you get, the 3d6 shots. Are you gonna spike?
That's the thing. It's all that work to then just be rolling to just be like completely. It's all it's all chaos.
Yes, that's what you signed up for.
I should have run Gits. Gits are also still pretty.
Gits are bonkers. They're doing well right now.
That was the army I was trying to decide. It came down to Gits or Skaven for me, and I went Skaven.
Goofy. Fun though.
I was worried because the Gits seemed like they would have so much more. It seemed like they'd be more demanding models to paint Just they have
Yeah.
they
You
ask
can't
for
be
such
as
a
dirty as like Skaven is like. Kinda do
Skaven.
whatever.
You can like kind of make it all muddier, but
Yep.
Gits is really asking for like a lot of details, a lot of pops of color.
And differences between like you need
Yeah.
the Boingrats need to be
Spend exactly as much time painting as it takes for them to change the meta on you. Yeah, exactly. Hamster's talking about how there's probably gonna be another edition in like a year or two.
a year and a half.
No way.
Yeah.
I've played one game on the new rules.
Get on it. Well, you still got a year and a half.
But why even try keeping up?
So
Why even try?
This is why we haven't been heavily pursuing escarpments and these banks with escarpments, right? Is the greenery is what's killing us a little bit.
Now, like you could do it if you don't care about verisimilitude or whatever. If you just need to have it function, or if you want to do custom paint, I guess.
You can look, and there's some things that stay. Maybe it's evergreen moss. Maybe it's
yeah.
It certainly pops.
Yeah.
Lettuce, and then pretending that there were escarpments, right? I mean, trifectas, right? You'd have something kind of gives you.
But I bet if you put bicycles in the. Oh no, because it's not horizontal rods, it's biscuits, so you couldn't actually put the icicles hanging off of the escarpments.
Not currently.
You could paint your own escarpments. That's true. I'm sure somebody will get a bunch of escarpments and like paint all that greenery to be brown and dead or something.
Yeah. Paint it like ice.
Yeah.
You can do that too, which helps. The theory. I don't know if it's gonna work. So on this mock-up, on this little half biscuit, I shaved down the sides of the half biscuit, so it's like a third biscuit. For the idea being that it would that it's narrow enough that it fits in this hole conceptually, if I find it. Right. So the idea was that you could do this. We'll see if it works. I don't know. But we'll see. A Trisket. Yeah. All right, let's look at, so in lieu of escarpments, let's look at, I have a couple of dunes. Oh, let me get the mocks too. So please stand by. Boo! Oh, we have a couple of things. Man, we got, what time? We have, we
got 15 minutes.
We're gonna have to power, we're gonna power through this. All right, actually, I shouldn't put these away because I might need them. Hold on. It's amazing how quickly the table gets cluttered every time.
Yeah.
Every week.
Take up a lot of space.
Yeah. What was I getting? Oh, it's getting just. I need a couple of mocks I forgot to grab. Okay.
Effective pieces would still be nice. They're also good as an alternate bank anyway. That's true. And maybe putting the snow on top of the escarpments is one thing. Maybe it'd still be worth having some snow. Just built in line with the escarpments, then going up the side. Maybe that'd still be worth it. I don't know.
Incarnation.
We'll be thinking about it, but it doesn't currently seem. It doesn't currently seem like it would be a big priority. But yeah.
All right, so we did. We're doing banks because banks are just so useful for so many things.
Mm-hmm.
As we've seen, they're a really good vehicle for some compatibility. We want some verticality. So we were showing last week. Was this last week? It was last week, right?
2 weeks.
It was 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
What did we show last week?
Last week we just did our PAX build.
Right. So 2 weeks ago. We're gonna be so we're doing some dunes, right? They're gonna look something like that. Obviously, that's not so pretty. Boom, boom, boom. And we have a couple prototypes we can show. So you get to use your imagination. You get to go from that to look at that pretty little guy.
Look at that block of cheese. Block of white
Blue
cheese.
cheese.
Blue cheese. Yeah.
All right, I got another guy, and we got a couple. Right there.
Wait, do I not have?
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, boom. Chicka, chicka. Ready for the big boy?
Oh,
And then we have this guy. So these oops, the other way. So these are first batch of prototypes. They do not have biscuit slots yet. They are off size. Like, see, this one is like a 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch 16th. I don't know, somewhere between it's closer to an 1/8 inch too high. This one is like a 16th too high. This one is, I think, the right height, but we're getting there. It's been a slow going getting these prototypes. But the idea is you can build some neat dunes with these, right? Or
Everybody
in this case,
is
giant snow drifts.
everybody is asking the question we want them to ask.
When do we go skiing?
Everybody wants to know: will minis stand on those slopes?
Yes. Of course, we're required of me of actually getting minis, but yeah.
We have minis right over there.
So Eli had these little ridges create some cleats, and B, there's some smoother areas so you can get minis on there. It might be much like if anybody's climbed up. If you've ever tried to climb up a snowbank, you might find you sometimes fall. It might not hurt to have some white stick on hand. Okay.
Yeah, they kind of wave in ways where there are logical places that are easier to put minis on.
No. But it is realistically slippery. So we don't have we don't have the full collection yet, right? We don't have the pointed corner, we don't have the valley, we don't have the ridge, we don't have the concave. Right, something like this guy. So these are literally all we've got right here.
I use mostly metal. I sense a lot
sense.
of falling in my future.
And you can't. We don't even have we don't have a 2x6. So you can extend them with putting a floor down the middle.
Somebody asked for a larger, huge base mini.
Oh, that guy's gonna fall over in a second.
He's very top heavy, so I don't know if
Let's see what happens.
He's very, and this guy's notably very top heavy.
Looks like he's actually flying.
He's up on like a flight stand, so he's more off balance than most of them should be.
Yeah, that one's gonna be tough.
I think that's gonna have a harder time balancing than the average large mini, though.
I would just put have a spot of white stick on the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, it's honestly what I do. It's my MO whenever I play is I have a wad of white stick, and every mini has a little spot of white stick underneath, because I like to put them in all sorts of crazy places.
Pieces are massive, heavy, and it'll be expensive. They're basically the escarpments of this campaign, right?
Yeah.
Like
they're going to be simpler to paint than the escarpments, because we've intentionally kept it pretty clean, so they'll be easy to paint. But you'll get good big coverage, slam stuff down, and you'll probably be less likely to be double stacking. Like, I feel like I tend to double stack escarpments a lot. I feel like you're going to be less likely to be double stacking these, but we'll see. Once again, we don't have enough to actually do a bunch of builds yet.
Yeah.
So.
If you do, it'll probably be a situation where, you've got floors running out from it and then building up.
Yeah, but it still doesn't, like, yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't need to at least have a bunch of concaves through the middle or whatever.
Yeah.
So we will see how it evolves. So we got these little guys in the works, which are gonna be fun. I can't wait to sort of have enough to actually build a couple of showy things out that are fun. This is one of the neat things. I don't know if you can see the ridge. Let's see if there's a. So Eli sculpted the ridge on this. So there's when you have two of them back to. Oh, I have an unpainted. Let's see. This one has really bad texture, but you can sort of see the.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
is that a biscuit hole or is that just?
No.
Okay, it's just this is a bit of, or not biscuit hole, pole accessory hole.
No.
There's some kind of
No
schmutz.
holes yet. There's so that you'll have like the ridge on the dune that has this. Like,
Yeah, it's not showing currently. All right.
You can sort of see that, right? Like there's the ridge runs up there and it like breaks the 2-inch plane. It's pretty should be appealing. Yeah, lots of little neat ideas. Should be neat. And they are 2 inches high, so they're escarpment height. So they'll play nicely with everything we have because they're the 2-inch base. All right, so we have just come in. So let's show a couple of accessories, a couple of bits of spice to show. So
We have spice.
yeah, a little bit of spice. So
I thought we were just doing banks today, so this is exciting.
Gotta give them a little taste of.
So you could build those up against the side of, like if you have a large sci-fi base or
You could
something.
put them up against the side of a building or a side of a whatever. Right now, these ones are they're an 1/8 inch too high, whatever, so they're overriding. But yeah, you could.
Especially if you had a double high building or something.
We need it would look better if you had that, right? You could do.
Yeah.
Or have it this staggered back or something, right? But yeah. All right, you'll be able to build. And these things are not lining up. The sides are warping in the prototypes, which is really annoying, so they don't sit flat to each other. And we got a bunch of challenges. So it'll be fun. So little spice. So very little spice here. We got this little piggy. This is like our friend the mossy rock mound. You remember the mossy rock mound from Wildlands? So this guy is the sort of the Arctic version, and he has a little pole accessory hole in there too, right? So you can use that as a place to put. Obviously, maybe green flowers might be silly. Boop. So this sign-on thing will be helpful. Yeah, the snowy rock mound. Instead of the mossy rock mound, this thing is going to be useful every which way. Cute little gather. So you can get all your pole accessories anywhere you want because it's tiny and freestanding, so you can get it anywhere. And then we have its slightly larger cousin. I don't know. These are paint scheme in the works. So we have this is the big old jumpy stone, and this way to the North Pole. Here we've got a pole accessory hole too. And this is introducing a new texture in here. It's only little hints of it. It's Tafoni, which is rock lace, which is Eli would have to tell you better how it's good, but essentially from sand or snow, it was getting blown with great velocity repeatedly into the rocks, like carves out these little pockets called snow lace, or called rock lace, or Tafoni. So we have a Tafoni that's going to be appearing in a bunch of places. So you'd only see a little hint of it here. But you ready for a big piece of it? We'll leave that guy out. Where'd Snowy Rock Mound go? He's gone. Oh, here he is. Snowy Rock Mound. Boom. And then this guy is an absolute all-star. This is Special Tafoni Rock is his current name. So this has a whole bunch of the rock lace on it, right? This Tafoni everywhere. Very cool texture. Once again, paint scheme in the Woix, but you get a sense of texture. Like nice playable spot up there. Good, cool, distinct organic shape. Should be fun. Yeah, this Eli does love cool rocks, right? It's a fun. It's a fun guy. A really neat. Right. So this is hitting our dramatic silhouettes. It feels harsh, right? Because all this rock lace, even though it's kind of beautiful, was created by centuries of sand hitting it or snow hitting it in this case. Gets you a little of the fantastical, maybe even the mysterious. Yeah, I love this guy. And then we'll give you one more. Do we dare? Is that too much?
The other demo they asked to see. I mean, yes, they'll want to see it, but outside of that, then they wanted to see like Dune up against like Castle Wall.
Yeah.
Just because we got that, that'd be easy to do.
You have to imagine battlements. So. Where's the big? Where'd the big one go? I'm losing my mind. I was right here.
So it comes under the arrow slit. So do like a castle, like a snowed-in castle fortress. Pretty well.
No, semi-buried.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Frost Giant Castle, totally. It also, interestingly, it's going to line up, like if you're just using the spacers, because they're 2-inch, right, there's some sort of neat synergy on the back here. Like you could do half walls and have snow up to it, right? There's like kind of like a Mott and Bailey sort of thing. I don't know. Obviously, if this was wood, it'd be more so, but like you could do, I don't know, there's some option here. Don't know what it is, but
I don't think there's any way to transition between the dunes and banks currently. Like, I think that's gonna be a little hard to pull off.
I mean, you could put them on.
I think I'm talking about like the height difference between them, though.
So you'd build them like yay.
Yeah. But it's in terms of like like an inline piece to go down from bank height to dune height.
Yeah,
I don't think it's really.
The intention with the dunes is that they would be built scatter style. In that there's some crazy shapes, right? They are not conforming to like when you see the diagonal convex, like there's some wild shapes. So I guess theoretically there could be some sort of weird trifecta system or something for them. Although the theory was you'd be better off, like, I guess we wanted them to be tall, high, so it felt like they wanted to be on top of floors or on top of mats or on top of train trays, versus inline for just the general height, and because there's more shapes and weirder shapes, and it would open up a whole bunch of trifecta weirdness. We could. What's the challenge with building them on top? Is just sort of having to bury floors that are dead floors.
Have to raise your entire build to keep all the heights aligned then?
Well, depending on what you're aligning, right?
If we were doing, let's see.
Yeah, like what's the scenario?
Dunes unlock real powerful synergy with castles. Yeah, we're gonna have to do castle compatibility for sure. Stefan's rework sculpts are not planned for this.
He's not going to finish them. They're not part of this. They're not part of this thing. We'll see. He has to rework like crazy because those were exclusives to that other campaign, but it's a completely different style, and it's not really an outdoor design system, and
Modular avalanche.
Plus, he hasn't finished anything in years, so we got that.
If we so the stilts that we have currently, we have 50 mil stilts, right?
We have 50, 38, and 12.
So if you used 50,
and we have new, I think we did 25s in.
We did 25s in Lowtown.
But I mean, like featureless. Am I making it up? Did we make featureless 25s?
I think we did.
It was a stealth. Huh.
I'm thinking like, is what we would need a specific stilt height to help with kind of keeping things, like if you build dunes on top.
The 12 on the back.
Just the 12
if
on the
you're
back?
trying to lift everything.
It's fair.
Yeah, we'll see if they're, if we start running into a lot of building trouble, we may end up having to do trifectas. It's just a lot of pieces, and it's doubled because of 2 paint schemes.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some wacky, we got some wacky shapes. Yeah, we'll see.
When can we see dunes? I think the sand scheme is being worked on currently, which is why we're not showing it right now. And then also for a lot of the stuff too is like we need to have a lot more of the prototypes ready so we can actually do like a full build of it. We barely have anything to show.
This is it. I mean,
Yeah.
show you the whole.
Yeah, this is all we got. So we can show some compatibility and kind of like where things are going, but
yeah.
Yeah.
But give it time. We're cooking full steam. We will have stuff to demonstrate. Oh wait, it's already 9:03. Holy moly.
Oh yeah, we went over.
Yeah, so essentially all these pieces that we showed are also going to appear in Desert Paint Scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so same bits, giving you desert excitement. So we will show you new stuff as it evolves. The big question of the night is Dune trifectas. Why not? And I don't remember what else. What the other big question was. I think it's big, yeah. But yeah, we're I'm excited to show you all this stuff. We have so many we have so much stuff that doesn't exist as prototype. We have so many cool sculpts that haven't gotten out yet. So it's really frustrating because it's like we have all this stuff, but we can't actually put it together and build with it yet. But it's a coming. And Erin is going to be here probably the last stream before PAX. I think she's here that week. I think she's here the week before PAX, and she'll bring a bunch of the desert stuff so we can show the desert paint scheme. I think in is that 2 weeks? Holy moly! Wait, where are we?
What's going to be the over/under on number of Anakin sand jokes before the campaign's delivered?
I think hopefully the 12th we can show desert paint scheme, which would be neat. And maybe we'll have more
so you think we can do it before? You think we can do it before PAX?
Lots of fun stuff to show. Thanks everybody for hanging out. We appreciate it. And yeah, keep the questions coming. Keep the comments coming. Keep the thought process coming. And we'll keep showing you as we weave around all over the road and see where this thing ends up. It'll be fun. And Hamster's hobby hanging tomorrow night, doing some ice fishing.
Probably. It depends on. Again, it's usually like a day of call for him, I think.
Fair.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next week. We just got two more streams before PAX.
Yes.
Be wild.
Hamster says he's doing it, so I guess it is happening.
Oh hey yeah.
Nice.
Hey, and happy Halloween, everybody! It's it's rapidly coming. 2 days. I hope you have lots of tricks with your treats. Lots
start thinking about a costume.
built.
Yeah.
May you terrify many small children through the night.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's a good sound.
All right. Let's get out of here.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.